content. Viewer or listener discretion is advised.
You fucked up already.
Fabulous. Yes, you are listening to the Smackin' Raw podcast, and I'm your host, the Warden Matt Ritter. I am here this week with my co-hosts.
I'm gonna need you to get together over there. What's happening? Do better.
I'm working on it. I'm a little out of sorts here.
Yeah, I don't want your excuses. I want results. All right.
And the real heel, Eric Siekr.
Yo.
And Eric, you just got back from New Orleans earlier this week. You were there for Wrestlemania. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience?
Wait. Hold on, Eric. Before we continue, are you gonna be able to do this, dude? Because like you seem like you just you're not all there right now. You gonna be able to do this podcast, sir?
I got this.
You sure? You sure? Because you fucked up like 4 times already. Like, and that was just the intro. Yeah, but both of them count as 2 because it was in the intro.
Okay.
Man.
You want me to start the intro over? I can do it over.
No, because you just fuck it up again. So go ahead, Eric. What were you saying?
Yeah, it's already done, Matt. But all right. What was your question?
Yeah, Wrestlemania. How was it? What did you see? What did you do? Did you get together with Phil? What was it like seeing a live Wrestlemania Undertaker match?
Did you see Phil naked?
I did not get the opportunity to meet up with Phil.
So that means a no on the seeing him naked.
I might have seen him naked. You know what? One thing that I did see that I want to talk about that's not really related to wrestling, but I saw this on Bourbon Street, and
Bourbon Street is awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool, and this is something I saw that I've only ever seen in movies before. But these people, they came out of the bar very quickly, like in a scuffle, and this real big guy, like he's probably like 6'5" or something, man. He picks up the other guy.
Eric, I swear to God, if this ends and Baron Corbin's a bum, I'm going to be so pissed.
Don't cut me off in the mid-fucking story, man. Come on. Anyway, the guy picks him up by the back of his belt and the back of his shirt and heaves him onto the sidewalk like fucking Jazzy Jeff from fucking
from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Uncle Phil throwing Jazzy Jeff out the fucking door, dude. It was hilarious.
Oh man.
But yeah, WrestleMania was pretty good too.
So when you were on Bourbon Street, did you see one of my favorite things ever, which was as you walk by a strip club, there's a stripper in the door trying to entice you to come inside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a bunch of those.
That's just like one of my favorite things. Just like you think that because you're there dancing, I'm more inclined to come into your club because you're in the doorway. Like I know this is a strip club. If I want to go to a strip club, I just go
around
in.
with a paddle. She was like, she just had like those pasties on her boobs and like a leather jacket on. She's just walking up and down Bourbon Street with a paddle. I guess you could pay her and she would paddle you. I wasn't about to get mixed up in that shit. I've seen where that goes. I've seen that happen to Matt. So
as entertaining as this conversation,
oh, that was a great time. Oh, that was a great time.
Conversation is we need to stick to the wrestling. We do have a certain amount of time we got to get stuff in. So unless you have anything about WrestleMania specifically and professional wrestling, on to Monday Night Raw and SmackDown.
People were pissed about that main event.
Yeah. I heard that this is awful chance.
Everyone was just playing with beach balls.
I'm about to say, yeah, the beach balls.
They kept releasing beach balls.
And like every time there was like a boo, and I heard that like when the boos happened, it was because somebody took away a beach ball, so they just put out a new one.
Yeah, dude, I don't know where those things were coming from.
Well, you can get them in there if you take them in there deflated. You can just put them in your pocket. And so when they take one away, you just take it out and blow it back up and throw it.
Someone brought a shitload of them. They were just dropping them from the top level.
Yeah, because fuck that main event, dude. Nobody wanted it.
So, as you said, nobody wanted that main event, and we're going to get it again. We're going to get it at the greatest Royal Rumble out of Saudi Arabia, and it's going to be in a steel cage. I doubt anyone still wants to see it. Apparently, the greatest Royal Rumble will be on the network, and it'll be at like 7 a.m. on a Friday.
Yeah, they're treating it like a real pay-per-view. It's weird, like the way they're like promoting it and shit.
So, unless you guys want to, I probably not going to do predictions for that because I'm not going to be up at 7 a.m. watching it. I'll probably watch it like Saturday or something.
Yeah, I'll watch it at some point, but no, I won't be watching it live either. So yeah, 7 a.m. on a Friday, I'll probably be working. But
the other bit of interesting news out of this was originally it was supposed to be Rusev versus The Undertaker in a casket match, and apparently due to WWE reasoning, Lana is worried about Rusev's safety due to the nature of the match, and Undertaker's history. So he has been replaced with Chris Jericho, is what WWE is reporting.
Undertaker's history
in beating people up and winning casket matches and burying people alive, I guess. It's all kayfabe. It's her saying she doesn't want Rusev in it. There's another reason why
it was kayfabe shit. Okay. I thought you meant that was actual shit. Like his wife was like, no, he shouldn't do this because the Undertaker might hurt my husband. Okay.
No, I'm sure. Well, I'm pretty sure it's kayfabe. But
okay.
That's the story they're going with, and they replaced it with Chris Jericho, who was supposed to be one of the 50 entrants in the Royal Rumble. So I'm guessing they're just swapping those two. Putting Rusev in the Rumble and putting Jericho in the casket match.
Yeah, it's probably going to be another squash.
That's all Undertaker's going to do now is squashes because he can't do like full 20 minutes. We talked about this. You missed the live stream, but I was like, they're pretty much doing him like they did Goldberg when he came back. Like, yo, we know you can't do like a real legit 20-minute, back and forth real working match, So go out there and squash this motherfucker, and then we'll send you home. That'll send everybody happy as long as you get your shit in, You do a choke slam, you do a tombstone, you walk the ropes, old school. You do all that shit. Do the sit-up thing. You're good. That's all we need you to do.
Yeah, I think they're probably testing the waters with him. He looked great.
Yeah, as long as he only does about 5 minutes.
Yeah, if we
he just looked
15, 20.
I mean, I hear you, but he's like 88 years old, so like,
All right, so along with that, we still don't know what the greatest Royal Rumble is going to be, if the winner gets anything. If they do, more than likely, as Travis said, because he's been predicting everything WWE is going to do, maybe Bobby Lashley will win and get a match against Brock at SummerSlam, because obviously they're not taking the title off Brock anytime soon.
Dude.
He might lose it to Roman.
He's going to drop that title to Bobby Lashley. I'm telling you, it's going to happen.
Yeah, dude, but he could lose it to Roman at the greatest Royal Rumble because not as many people would boo him.
He could, but he won't. He's going to drop that title to Bobby Lashley.
Other big news is Superstar Shake-Up starts next week. It's a 2-night event. I think it's kind of weird that they're already setting up matches for Backlash that are brand specific, considering that we don't know, again, air quotes, we don't know where anyone's going to land in the Superstar Shake-Up. They also haven't announced whether it's going to be a random draw or trades or how they're going to go about it. We will probably find out on Monday.
Yeah, it'll probably be some kind of draft process, like, on Raw, they'll have the people who are going to be moving from SmackDown to Raw, and then on SmackDown, you have the people who are going to be moving from Raw to SmackDown.
Yep. Eric, any thoughts on the Superstar Shake-Up?
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good one.
Shake it up tonight.
So,
love a good shake-up. Although I'm still sore about the first time they did it, because SmackDown was so good.
They need to play that song from Scarface during the Superstar Shake-Up.
Unless, for whatever reason, they decide to draft the people that just made a debut on Monday Night Raw. I'm assuming those people are safe. I get it's the Raw after WrestleMania, so you have to do the returns, you have to do the call-ups, and you have to do the debuts.
Yeah, it's a new season.
But it seems strange to do it the week before everyone's going to get mixed around. Like, why not just wait for that and make it a surprise?
Because, the Raw and this, and now after WrestleMania are like the big Raw and the big SmackDown. So they got to make the splash, and they do that with debuts.
They'll probably debut a couple more people at the shake-up.
Possibly.
They did that last time.
We're still waiting on Big Cass to come back. But since we're talking about Raw, because that definitely had the more returns, debuts, and even a retirement, Ember Moon showed up, made her debut in a tag match with Nia Jax after losing her NXT Women's Championship on Saturday at NXT TakeOver New Orleans. She is now on the main roster, and I couldn't be happier.
Let me just say that I was pissed because this was not on the Hulu version, so I had to find this on YouTube and watch it. How dare you, WWE? How dare you?
There's a lot of shit not on the fucking Hulu version.
Well, yeah, it's only 90 minutes, so it's they trim the fat, but still, like.
So Ember Moon's the fat now, or are you saying
that's my point? That's my point. How dare you take out the Ember Moon debut? Like,
you sound like Alexa Bliss saying that we got to trim the fat, and that's why they cut out the Nia Jax segment.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying there were other things that happened throughout this night that you could have cut besides Ember Moon. You do not cut out Ember Moon. You do not cut out my future ex-wife. All right.
Let me ask you this: did you guys see the No Way Jose call up?
Yeah.
No way.
That was on there.
Jose. No
So you got
way.
No Way Jose, but not
Jose.
Ember Moon.
No way.
Yeah, that's
Jose.
I didn't know about that until just now.
They cut the women's champion.
Yo.
And a call up for Ember Moon, but they gave you fucking No Way Jose dancing around.
Listen. I feel you. I understand that between the two, Ember Moon is more important. But goddamn it, we got No Way Jose. And that made me so fucking happy. He's one of the few people, along with, the Velveteen Dream and Ember Moon, who I knew about at NXT, who I actually paid attention to after I saw some shit from them. I'm like, I like that shit. Because I saw No Way Jose, and I'm like, this is just fun. I like this shit. I like this little good-natured, just fun shit. Which is why I liked, what the fuck was his name? Adam Rose. That his name?
And No Way Jose's gimmick is kind of a ripoff of Adam Rose in the Party Express.
Yeah, the same shit. Which is why I liked him. Like, no, that was fun. I enjoyed that. I don't know why they got rid of it. Because it was just like a good-natured, like little fun thing they do in the middle. Kind of like Godfather with the hoes. Like, there was no real reason for him to be there. But why not? It's fun.
They literally took Fandango and Adam Rose and combined them into one character and said, here you go, No Way Jose.
No way, Jose. No way, Jose.
Yeah, he's awesome. I like that whole thing. I'm afraid he might wind up going the way of Adam Rose, though.
Probably.
Yeah,
he most likely will. But until then, I'm going to enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
What about the Authors of Pain? Did you guys get to see the call-up for the Authors of Pain?
Yeah.
As they took out Rhino and
Was
Slater?
that when I fell asleep? I probably fell asleep at that part. I tried to
Why
watch
aren't they
I
going
did
with
fall
Paul
asleep
Ellering
while I was
anymore?
watching Raw. I will
I'm
admit that.
assuming the reason that they got rid of Paul Ellering is because he doesn't want to do the travel. Or maybe he's going to go manage his daughter, or maybe they're going to use him for something else, but I don't think now that they're on the main roster, he wants to do the full-time travel.
Who's his daughter?
Who's his daughter?
Rachel Ellering. She was actually in the Mae Young Classic.
No.
That's most likely the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's badass, man. I like that guy.
He was, and they even did a
Scary
backstage
old dude.
segment where they pretty much said, your chapter with us is done. We're moving on without you, blah, blah, blah. I hope they get drafted to SmackDown because I think those guys versus the Bludgeon Brothers would be a very entertaining feud.
I can see that.
I can dig it.
A lot of violence, a lot of beatdowns. We also had, as Travis correctly predicted, Bobby Lashley returning on Monday Night Raw and beating up Elias.
Yup. I mean, what else is there to say? I was right. I'm always right. Just it is what it is.
His voice throws me off. It's very soft for someone
It
his
is.
size.
His voice is weird. Like, there's no reason why a dude that fucking big, like, how do you have the voice of, like, a 12-year-old? Like, dude, nigga, put some bass in your voice. Like, what's going on? Like, why is your voice so high? Like, yo, you got 2 kids, too, so I know your balls dropped. Like, what's going on?
Ozzy, come here.
Yeah, I missed.
By the way, how did you
most of his
lose that
original-
wife of yours? She's fine as fuck.
I've caught up in matches here and there, and
Yo, you remember Crystal, right?
Yeah, I remember Crystal. She was a
Yeah.
Nitro Girl.
Yeah, man. Like, shit. She's fucking fine.
Shh. Relax.
See? Tell your dog to chill out like mine does. He just, like,
I
lays
think
right
there's-
here.
I want you guys to talk about Samoa Joe's return and him calling out Roman Reigns. I think one of the other dogs is at the door trying to get down here, so I'm going to let him in.
Okay. Talk about Roman Reigns and him talking shit. Well, Samoa Joe talking shit to Roman Reigns, because, I mean, okay. I didn't care. Did you care?
I thought it was funny when he called him a failure.
I mean,
But
well, it's
everybody
true.
chanted about how he was a
Like,
failure. That's pretty funny.
that's the thing. The whole thing with the whole Roman Reigns experiment was a failure. So yeah,
It's been 4 years. 4 years he's been on the main roster, and they've been pushing him the exact same way. and he's not getting over. He's not going to get over.
Yeah.
Well, here's the
Vince is
thing.
stubborn and won't let it go.
I
Here's the
heard
thing
they
about
called that.
Roman
I heard they
Reigns.
called that Lesnar match like mid-match.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about Roman Reigns. Because at first he did get over. The problem was after he got over and then got hurt and then tried to come back and they tried to shove him down our throat again. And we're like, oh, hell no. We know what you're doing. We're not doing this. We are not doing this. And they tried to push it anyway. And the thing is, when you don't listen, when the actual crowd in the stadium is saying, fuck this, that's when you have a problem. Now, there's one thing when people on the internet are like, complaining and shit, because people on the internet say, talk shit about everything. That means nothing. But when you're actually in the arena and your arena is booing this person, stop. Give it up. Just give it up. We're not having it. It's not happening. The same reason why they were forced to put the belt on Daniel Bryan at the end, at WrestleMania, because the crowd in the audience has decided this is our guy. This is who we're going to get behind. Listen to the people. I'm like, yo, Roman Reigns, no.
And the most, you got something to say, Eric? Or?
I mean, just to add to that, everything you said, they try to push him so much, and he's just so fucking generic, man. Like, he needs a mouthpiece.
He does.
They
can
like
solve the Roman Reigns problem with the manager. Like, there's so many guys whose problem can be solved with the manager. When he's just a beast that spears the fuck out of people, all well and good. But you want him to talk to me? Shut the fuck up.
And the refusal to turn him heel or do anything like that is also
he could be a great heel. He really
seems
could.
Like a heel.
Well, two interesting points about that. I heard that I think Chris Jericho was talking with the Inoue family, Roman Reigns' family. Yeah. And other than The Rock and Rikishi and one other person, everyone in their family has gotten over and made a career out of being a heel. All of them. And The Rock got over by being a heel and then switched to a
babyface. They tried to push him as the babyface and it didn't work. And they put him with the Nation as a heel, and that's when he got over.
Yeah.
I think Vince just must be more stubborn than ever now.
Well, that's the thing. Technically, he did start out as a heel because the Shield was a heel group at first,
Right.
Also, I believe that Paul Heyman's stirring pots of shit because I've heard two reports. One that he said he'd be happy to manage Ronda Rousey, who needs it, and another that said he'd be happy to manage Roman Reigns should Brock Lesnar leave.
Listen,
so I think he's just saying shit to get people fired up now.
Listen, I've said this over and over again. Paul Heyman managing Ronda Rousey would make me so happy. And I need that in my life. That would get me so fucking hard, let me tell you. Like, Jesus. I'm thinking about it now, and I have to resist the urge to touch my penis. But anyway, continue.
And there's our obligatory dick reference for the show, or genitalia reference, however you want to go about it. Lately, it's just been dick. Not a whole lot of references to vagina. Mostly mine or Travis's penis. Travis made me talk about my penis last time when we did the live Facebook podcast.
I didn't make you talk about your penis. That was fun.
You absolutely did. Well, we're talking about Ronda Rousey. She came out at the beginning of the show after
Ronda Rousey has never seen my penis.
Ronda Rousey came out at the beginning of the show after Steph came out with her arm in a sling and tried to apologize and sing Ronda's praises and pretty much kiss ass. Ronda wasn't having it. She put Steph in another arm bar. Steph got carted out, was yelling at them not to touch her arm, playing it up like she's really, really hurt now as opposed to just arm sling hurt.
Well, let me just say, the way that they did it at WrestleMania was great. So it made it seem like she really did fuck her arm up. And then they did tonight, Ronda took the little brace sling thing off and then did it again. Like, yeah, fuck your arm. It was well done. It was very well done.
Eric, any thoughts on anything from Ronda Rousey since we didn't have you on our post show after WrestleMania?
I thought that was probably like the best match of the night, actually. People were pretty fired up.
It's between that and Asuka Charlotte, honestly.
Yeah, that one was great too.
That was one of those, the whole, we said it already, but it was, surprisingly good. That Ronda's match was like, oh, way better than I expected it to be.
For sure. Very entertaining. I was sports entertained.
Exactly.
I know the answer to this, but I'm curious if you know about it or if you found out about it.
The left one.
I meant to mention this on our Facebook Live post show. They had some really good CGI 3D graphics at WrestleMania for some of the entrances, like the New Day and stuff like that. Obviously, being in the arena, you didn't get to see them, but did you hear about them or
No.
show them on the screen or anything? Did you miss out on that?
Yeah, I didn't get to see anything.
Oh, yeah,
like
they
that.
put in work on that shit.
Like it wasn't the bullshit SmackDown graphics that we've been seeing. Like there was a unicorn, 2 unicorns making a rainbow fucking arch, standing on pancakes, like in 3D on our screens that cleared up, and it was really fun.
Speaking of that shit, 'cause I don't even know if we mentioned that on the fucking live stream.
We didn't.
Xavier Woods came out and played the Green Ranger summoning the Dragon Zord song on his fucking trombone. And instead of summoning the Dragon Zord, he summoned midget pancakes. All right, like
it was amazing.
Listen.
So ridiculous.
I didn't know I wanted midget pancakes until I saw midget pancakes. I'm like, this is what I want. This is what I want in life, is to see midget pancakes summoned by a trombone playing the Green Ranger summon music from his little dagger flute that sounds like a trumpet.
Xavier Woods is always good for giving you things that you didn't know you wanted until you saw it.
Exactly.
One of those things that you did know you wanted and you didn't get to see was Braun Strowman winning the tag team titles by himself. And we found out on Monday Night Raw that he dropped those tag team titles. So now we're having a tag team eliminator tournament in which Wyatt and Hardy, the tag team that, again, Travis predicted, has advanced, and the Revival has also advanced.
Here's my thing with that. At that point, it's clear like, we just don't really have anything for Braun Strowman to do, so we're just gonna have him win the tag belts by himself.
Even though he's the guy, like, remember how you said that Roman isn't the guy earlier? You're like, Daniel Bryan, this is the guy we want. Listen to them.
Yeah.
Braun Strowman has been the guy, and they're doing it again. They're not giving us what we want with the guy.
Here's the thing. Daniel Bryan didn't happen overnight. It's going to take months of us saying, like, us continuing to let them know that this is what we want before they finally say, okay, fine. Because, like, for the longest time, it took us booing their Royal Rumble winner and everything else for them to finally just
booing The Rock.
Yeah, actually booing The Rock before they said, okay, fine. Whatever. Daniel Bryan then. Shit. Like, but yeah.
Last thing for Monday Night Raw that we got to talk about, it was the biggest thing, and it helps us into our transition to SmackDown. Paige came out after a match between Sasha and Mandy, where Mandy beat Sasha thanks to interference from Bayley.
Fucking Bayley.
And Paige retired. And then the next night on SmackDown was announced as Daniel Bryan's replacement as the GM of SmackDown, now that he's returning to active wrestling.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, man, we don't lose Paige.
She had to retire.
Yeah,
but
it's like we lose Paige without losing Paige. So yeah, okay.
What I realized must really suck is they had to inform her either on Monday Night Raw or at WrestleMania, because she was out there commentating for that Women's Royal Rumble or Battle Royal, saying that maybe next year she'll be in it. She's looking forward to it, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So she must have found out.
No,
at
I think she knew. I think she knew ahead of time. It was just the way she was just hamming it up, like.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, we were told months ago that she was told she'd never wrestle again. So she had to know too. So it was just her just commentating and acting like, and they were just holding out till the Raw after Mania for them to actually say it out loud.
Well, I hope that's right, because if they told her at WrestleMania, oh, by the way, we're not going to clear you, you're done, you're going to have to retire, we'll set it up tomorrow on Monday Night Raw, that would really suck. Like, that would ruin WrestleMania for me, no matter how good it was.
Yeah, I doubt that. I doubt that's what happened.
Yeah, there's no way.
And when I say for me, if I was her, it would ruin it for me, not if I found that out. Anyway, the first match she made was Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles. And that ended with a DQ from the now heel Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah.
Man, that was a great match.
The match on SmackDown?
Yeah, the match on SmackDown.
No, I was asking Eric if that's what he was referring to.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking match on SmackDown. I mean, other than the ending. It was fine. A finely wrestled match.
It was one of those. It's another one of those cases. I think maybe Maybe
Like, I
we've
can't
just
wait to
been
see a full-blown match between those two.
Maybe we've just been spoiled by the amount of content that we're just bombarded with. But it was just another one of those moments like, that's what I expected. Like, just okay. I wasn't overwhelmed. I wasn't underwhelmed either. I was just, whelmed.
I'm trying to figure out if Shinsuke's new finisher is the low blow, or if it's a new signature move of his, because he did it like 3 times, not counting at WrestleMania. Like, he just kept punching AJ in the dick.
Maybe he'll get trained by Goldust and he'll start doing the Shattered Dreams.
That would be awesome. I would enjoy that, especially due to his character, which is they have this thing on the network. It's called WWE Chronicle, and it chronicles Shinsuke leading up to and going into WrestleMania, starting, I think, at Royal Rumble. It's a lot of interviews and everything, and he talks about how big of an influence Michael Jackson was on him as a person, and then his character as well.
I can see
and his
that.
Entrance and everything.
I can see that. Speaking of the network, I must point out how happy I am to know that Camp WWE is coming back. I thoroughly enjoyed that, and it
wasn't that great.
Oh, I enjoyed it thoroughly. I told you, you just determined to be unhappy, but
it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny.
My thing is, outside of that, I remember before mentioning that I don't give a fuck about what Shinsuke does unless he's accompanied by a live violin when he enters. And then they're like, you know what? We heard you, and we'll one-up you. We'll give you a live guitar and several live violins, and now you can give a fuck.
Not just any live guitar. Nita Strauss is the guitar player for Alice Cooper.
Who?
Oh, sweet.
You don't know who Alice Cooper is.
Hence why I said who.
Oh, my God, Travis. Anyway, she is the guitar player for Alice Cooper. She was also in a cover band called the Iron Maidens that did a bunch of, obviously, Iron Maiden covers.
You still haven't told me who she is.
She is a huge wrestling fan whose boyfriend, I believe, works for a California promotion called PCW. And prior to doing the WrestleMania thing, she played in the entrance for the Great Muta at one of their shows. You know who the Great Muta is, right?
Yes, I know who the Great Muta is.
Okay. Bitch. I can't believe you don't know who Alice Cooper is. School's out forever. You don't know that song?
Here's the thing, sir. I'm fucking
Feed My Frankenstein?
Listen, I know the fucking Alice Cooper, all right? We played that song in the band when I was in high school.
I'd hope so.
Like, here's as much as I fuck with you, how do you not realize what I'm doing when I do it?
You're very convincing.
I'll give you that.
He's not, though. I totally knew he was
like, I thought I was obviously being sarcastic when I said that, but maybe I wasn't.
There's nobody that doesn't know who Alice Cooper is. It's impossible. You can't grow up in this country.
Here's the thing. Like, when I was in high school in the band, we not only played that for the halftime show at every fucking home game my freshman year, but we also played it at every home game my senior year.
Dude, everyone will always know who Alice Cooper is because of that fucking song, man. When you're a kid,
school's out.
School's out forever.
Yeah.
Fucking forever. That's badass.
Yeah. I do need to roll back to Monday Night Raw. There are 2 things here that I missed, and one of them was because
too late.
I'm the host. We're going back to Monday Night Raw.
I'm shutting this shit down right now.
Go for it. KO versus Sami Zayn. They had a match for the, I guess, last roster spot that Kurt Angle has. I don't know how that was determined that he only had one more after all these returns and call-ups. I've got one more. And one of you guys can have a match. And it ended in a double countout, so neither of them got the spot. So he still got one spot.
I'm telling you, they should go back to NXT. Make this a whole thing of them legitimately having to start from the bottom again. Send them back to NXT. And they do recaps really of their matches and shit on Raw and SmackDown and shit about what they've been doing down in NXT. That'd be great. I would love that shit. That put more eyes on NXT and shit and everything. I might watch NXT. I won't, but I might.
Well, I enjoy NXT, and for all of the listeners out there, I encourage you, if you're not watching NXT, to go watch it. The matches are much more hard-hitting, way more entertaining, and it's also just an hour long. So if you're sick of watching 3 hours of Raw, 2 hours of SmackDown, or in Travis's case, in Eric's case, 2 hours of SmackDown and an hour and a half of Raw on Hulu and missing all the good shit.
Hour and a half of SmackDown too, so they cut them both down to 90 minutes.
Oh wow, fuck.
Well, SmackDown's only 2 hours with commercials.
Yeah, that's true. So
yeah, so they really don't cut anything out of SmackDown.
You can watch the entire show of NXT without getting anything cut out for just an hour.
Here's the thing. There's just so much TV, man. There's so much.
I understand that. Believe me, I watch all the Arrowverse shit. I still watch Gotham along with you. I've got Ash vs. Evil Dead, The Walking Dead. I still haven't finished Jessica Jones because I can't find the time to fit it in.
Exactly. I'm like halfway through it. Like I just don't have time. There's so much. There's Gotham, there's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., fucking Legion is back now. Like where's the time? Where is it?
I haven't even started Legion. I don't know if I want to. From the previews, I did not like what I saw, and I don't know if I want to get into that crazy
Legion
fucking
is
bullshit.
so good. It is so good.
Season 1 was good. This season looks like it took, like, here was the fucked up factor. For those of you that can't see, it's right about my eyebrow height, and they put it way up here. But we're not talking about Marvel. We're not talking about DC. We're talking about wrestling.
You sure? I'll talk about Legion for the rest of this show.
I know. We had another return on Monday Night Raw that I went over because it was irrelevant because he's the irrelevant Hardy. It was Jeff Hardy coming back, joining a 6-man tag against The Miz and the Miztourage, inserting himself in the IC title picture.
That wasn't the important part. The important part was his interaction with Matt and Bray.
Yeah, which was funny and weird.
Exactly. And then when it was Seth and fucking Seth and why can't I think of his name? What the
Finn
fuck?
Balor?
Yeah, like looked at him like, what the fuck was that? And he was just like,
I
don't know, man. That's my family, man. He's just Matt's fucking weird. Just go with it. It's just like, yeah, I love it because that's what it is. It's fucking weird.
It's true though. At this point, we'll see how things go. But at this point, right now in WWE, for once, of the two, Jeff is the irrelevant Hardy. Matt is more relevant than Jeff at this point in time.
For
this
1
moment
week.
in time.
For 1 week.
For 1 week or whatever.
For 1 week.
This moment in time.
For 1 week, both Hardys are on TV, and Matt is the more relevant of the two. For
That's
1
true.
week.
While we're on tag teams, because that was a 6-man tag, the Usos had a match with the New Day,
Ooh.
number 1 contendership at the Greatest Royal Rumble. They won. Usos won, so they're going to go on to fight the Bludgeon Brothers. The Bludgeon Brothers look good with the belts, and like the belts look good with their outfit that Eric hates. It suits them well.
I guess.
Yeah, I was pretty upset that they won.
I told you they were going to win. It was clear. Travis says that there is a pattern to this shit, and it was very, very clear to me in this
Here's the
point in time.
Here's the thing.
They were going to win.
Here's the thing. Let me just say, you're right. And in the back of my mind, I knew they would win, and I made the Matt mistake of picking with my heart in that situation.
Same.
And then I just wanted the belts back on the New Day just because I love seeing the New Day with the belts on them. Just because of the way they are with the belts is just very entertaining. They're entertaining no matter what, but it's it's just fun when they're the champs.
I understand that. They are very entertaining, and maybe they'll get moved over to Monday Night Raw where they can go dominate over there.
Either them or the Usos have to get moved because the temptation to put them in matches against each other would be too great.
Because now imagine this. Imagine if we take that bullshit angle with the New Day and the Wyatt family that was supposed to mock the Broken Universe shit from TNA that completely fell on its face and failed. And now we get this insane Matt Hardy, Bray Wyatt in his newly revamped Bray Wyatt role, maybe Brother Nero, and then the New Day being the New Day, not being this serious group of thugs that WWE tried to make them be for this. And we insert the New Day into this Broken Universe, and we get a feud 3-on-3 there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. They already put them against the Wyatts once, so...
But this isn't the Wyatt. This is the Hardys.
I mean, I hear you. That's what I'm saying. Like, they can do it because they put them against the Wyatts, so... Only thing is, when they make the New Day try to be serious, they're just not as fun to watch.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because Matt Hardy's universe is so wacky and crazy with the mower of lawns and the chair of wheels and shit, they don't need to be serious. As a matter of fact,
that could work.
They can be themselves and still be astonished by how fucking weird Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy and Jeff are.
Yeah,
I feel you.
That actually could be comedy gold.
As
Randy
long as
Orton,
they don't break them up, I'm cool.
Yeah, they're probably not going to, though. I still would like to see Big E get a WWE Championship or a Universal Championship run.
Yep.
Yeah,
not that they have to break them up to do that,
you.
Travis. I understand that, but I'd still like to see that.
I know. You're into the beefcakes. It's fine. Randy
is going to Backlash for the U.S. title against Jinder Mahal. He won a match. And Naomi had a match against Natalya. You guys want to talk about either of those?
Nope.
What is there to say, really?
All right, then let's get to the meat and potatoes of the SmackDown story.
What kind of meat is it?
The Iconic Duo, or as they're being referred
What
to
form of
as the
potato?
Iconics. I didn't hear you, Travis.
I said, what kind of meat and what form of potato?
Waffled potatoes, waffle fried potatoes, and medium steak.
What kind of steak, though? What cut?
We'll go T-bone.
I guess.
Anyway, the Iconics made their debut, beat the shit out of Charlotte. Down comes Carmella.
Out of who?
Huh?
Out of who?
Charlotte. Out of Charlotte.
Yeah, that's not what you said.
You said Charlotte.
I said Charlotte.
No, you said Charlotte. That's why I said who.
Anyway, the Iconics beat the shit
Don't
out
even
of
know the name
Charlotte.
of Ric Flair's daughter. How dare you?
Beat the shit out of Charlotte.
That's
and
her
then
name.
they waited a while. Like, I almost thought they weren't going to do the cash. And I'm like, oh, yep, this is it. Here it comes. Here it comes. And then you waited, and then the refs came out. But sure as shit, Carmella comes down, cashes in her Money in the Bank. For whatever reason, Mike Chioda was being stupid. And
That was hilarious.
Are you sure? Are you sure you want to do it?
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, he was going like, what the fuck are you doing? Ring the fucking bell. What is wrong with you? What were their names? What are their names? The two chicks that came out?
Billy Kay and Peyton Royce.
Let me tell you something about Peyton Royce. Listen.
I know. I already know.
Listen. I will get her pregnant tomorrow. Like, what the fuck? How dare they just put that in front of my face like that and just dangle it there? Like, we're supposed to be moving past this.
It's been on NXT for a while.
I know. And it's just like, yo, I want her so bad.
I also heard that the reason that they've been off NXT TV leading up to WWE is that they both got brand new boob jobs. And they were healing.
She has great titties, so I can understand that.
I don't know if that's true. That's just what I heard. But what's more important, what we're talking about now, is Carmella being SmackDown Women's Champion, the first ever woman to win the Money in the Bank, and to successfully now cash it in on Charlotte after an epic match at WrestleMania where Charlotte defeated Asuka and ended her winning streak. Carmella now beats her and is the new Women's Champion without James Ellsworth.
Here's the thing. I said she was going to cash in the Raw after Mania. She did the SmackDown after Mania. I feel like that counts. Like,
and I'll give that to you because once I saw Nia Jax win, which I also correctly predicted, and everyone else disagreed with me, I didn't see Carmella going to cash in against.
No,
Nia
not
Jax.
against Nia Jax. No. I
saw her.
I thought that's why I thought Alexa would win and Carmella would cash in on Alexa. But since Nia won, I'm like, probably not. But then she cashed in on SmackDown. So.
After Charlotte beat Asuka, I was like, okay, I can see her cashing in on Charlotte. I don't see her cashing in on Asuka and breaking that streak if the streak stayed intact. But I can see her cashing in on Charlotte the next night.
I disagree there. I can see that being the only way that the streak gets beaten is by Carmella cashing in at her most vulnerable moment.
Oh, no. The only way the streak would be getting broken is either by Ronda Rousey or possibly Ember Moon based on the feud they had down in NXT.
I wish it would have been Ronda Rousey. It sucks that she lost at WrestleMania. I don't like that.
Yeah, I knew you would.
What was the benefit of that?
It was a phenomenal fucking match.
It was a great match. Bad ending, but great match.
Yeah, it was a great match.
Well, talk about it.
Well, you know what? Not bad ending, just not the way I thought it should have ended. That's a better way to put that.
Yeah. Well, we talked about this. Vince
Yeah.
is racist, and there was no way he was going to let the two Japanese people be his champions. So
America,
instead of picking one, he just went with none.
fuck yeah.
That was it. He was like, you know what? I'm not going to try and decide between both of them. So neither of you get a title because I can't have you both be champ. And that was the end of it.
Yeah, Vince doesn't like the Japanese.
Or the blacks.
Definitely not the blacks, but, you know.
Though maybe Bobby Lashley will be that guy. You know, like Booker T was with the World Heavyweight title. I don't know, other than The Rock, that a African-American male has held the WWE Championship.
WWE Championship.
Booker T didn't.
No, it's only been The Rock. You're right. It's only been The Rock.
And he's Samoan also.
Yeah, he's
so
half Samoan.
There's Vince's cop-out right there.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Who's winning on Monday Night Raw?
I go with Ronda.
Eric?
You go first, Matt.
I'm going to go with Ember Moon because not only did she get her call up to the main roster, but she also hit that eclipse on the former women's champion and got the pin.
It's a good choice. My future ex-wife is always winning.
Does your future ex-wife from the Arrowverse know about your future ex-wife from the WWE Universe?
Which future ex-wife from the Arrowverse are you referring to?
Not Candice Patton because you got rid of her.
Yeah,
Amaya.
fucking Cowboys fan. Well, she's done too, so it's just like, you know.
You can take one of Jefferson's daughters.
Well, one of them doesn't like penis, so.
You could change that, Travis. Come on, have a little confidence.
I mean, I have a great penis, but I don't think she cares.
Eric, who's winning on Monday Night Raw?
No Way Jose.
Okay.
No way, Jose.
I guess you could say that the WWE Universe is winning on Monday Night Raw because of No Way Jose.
Because we got No Way Jose. Exactly.
True.
Exactly.
There you go. That's
a win for everybody.
All right, who's losing on Monday Night Raw?
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't have an argument for that whatsoever. I'm going to go with that too. Who's winning on SmackDown?
Carmella,
yep.
See, I was going to go Carmella, but I think Paige got the bigger win, so I'm going to go with Paige.
That was a win. That was definitely a win. But I still give it to Carmella. Because Paige is not gone, but she's not doing what she wants to do. Carmella is doing exactly what she wants to do, and now she's on top.
Yep.
And I like her on top.
Who's losing on SmackDown?
I guess I'll say Charlotte. You know, got the shit beaten out of her, and she lost her belt.
That makes sense.
I'll agree with that. Yeah. She got jumped by two newbies to the main roster, lost her title, got carried to the back. She went from the highest of highs with the win at WrestleMania to the lowest of lows within only a couple days. So, all right. You guys got anything else wrestling related that you guys want to discuss here at the end of this podcast? Is there any news that I missed, Eric, that you can think of that was on the page we didn't talk about?
Vince and Brock got into a fight backstage.
I did hear about that. Now, I didn't hear as to why. I don't think they reported as to why, but allegedly after the match, Brock walked in the back. Vince was pissed. Brock said some shit. Vince didn't like it, and they had to be pulled apart.
Well, yeah. I think like what was happening was Brock was pissed at the crowd reaction, which, you know.
Dude, it was embarrassing, to be honest. Like, I would have been embarrassed if I was down there.
I think Brock Lesnar has a unique distinction at WrestleMania now, and well, I guess it'd be two. One is he's one of two guys to beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania, but the second is he is one of two guys to be booed out of a main event at WrestleMania. Or no, he's the only guy to be booed out of a main event at WrestleMania twice.
Oh, the other one with Goldberg before, right? Yeah.
Was that that wasn't the main event though? That was just a match on the card.
Travis, if you ask WWE, there are 15 main events every show. All right, just because it doesn't go on last doesn't mean it's not the main event.
Listen. I remember that. I remember that pay-per-view specifically. I remember that WrestleMania. That was WrestleMania 20, correct?
Yep.
And I remember them chanting during this match sucks. And it was just my favorite chant that I had ever heard at any show ever, because it did suck.
So this match sucks was WrestleMania 20. WrestleMania 34 was this is awful.
Yeah, that was
just really loud and clear.
That was a variation on another chant, though. So that wasn't as good.
And you would have loved NXT TakeOver. The last match of the night, Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa. When Ciampa made his entrance, the crowd clearly chanted, "Fuck you, Ciampa."
That's awesome.
Over and over, and it was perfectly clear. And then on NXT on Wednesday, when they played the replays, they dubbed in a different chant over it so you couldn't hear it. So they're playing it back, and it's clearly a chant that's not taking place in the crowd as he's moving around, dubbed over the video package because they couldn't play back "Fuck you, Ciampa."
That's great.
Nice.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't have anything else, though, that's wrestling related.
All right. Then that's it for this episode, guys. Say goodnight.
Good night.
Nighty-night.
We are Smackin' It Raw, and we are that damn good.